FC26 is officially released, and here is a complete settings guide for you to use in FC26. I'm RedLac, a pro player, and you guys need the best settings possible. So, we're on the main menu now. Let's get straight over to settings and start off with our settings journey. Right, first thing you want to do, settings again. First things first is really simple. Customize controls. Classic, alternate, 2 button. I'm not even going to go off classic in case they just somehow save it. I'm on classic, some of you guys will be playing alternate, but for me, classic's the way to go. Now, straight onto game settings where everything's going to go down. Competitive preset enabled. You have to use this in Division Rivals, in Ultimate Team Champs, in all sorts of game modes in FC26. So, why not just use it when you're playing squad battles, when you're playing friendlies against your friends, and get used to it. And the reason this is so important, you're forced to have auto shots off, which is a good thing, I think. Assisted headers off. I also think it's a good thing, helps the skill gap, but shot assistance on precision. This is a huge one in FC26, and it's actually really useful. In FC25, assisted might have been better, but the pros had to use precision, right, because for the pro tournaments. In FC26, without a shadow of a doubt, precision is way better. Why? Because on assisted shooting, there's no more time finishing. There's no more time finishing in FC26 as a whole. So assisted shooting isn't as good as precision. Why? Shot direction will be partially assisted. Aiming at the goal results in a more accurate shots, faster ball speeds. Faster ball speeds. Imagine you aim it at the near post, the goalkeeper ain't getting nowhere near it because the ball's so fast in FC26, okay? On assisted, however, the shot direction will be assisted. There's nothing about shot speed. Listen, precision's better. Trust me on that. It's going to take time to get used to, but it's worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to move from shooting to passing. We're heading to the through pass assistance. Auto flare passes off. I think that's really good. You don't want your players messing about with the ball. Onto the real settings now. Through pass assistance on semi. Through pass direction will be less assisted. It will rely more on your aim. Pass power will still be partially assisted. The issue here is, if you have it on assisted, it's too assisted. If I want to play the ball to my right winger, EA might decide, no, we're playing this to your striker. And a lot of you guys at home might feel that as well. So that's why I'm on semi, okay? Now, onto lob through lob through pass. The direction of the power of the lob through pass, it's the same thing, okay? It's the same thing. I've got it on semi again. I want it to go to the player that I'm aiming at with the left stick. Ground pass assistance, this one's different now. Ground pass, direction and power are both assisted. Now, EA sort of decide the power you have on the pass based on who you're aiming it to. In a way, they help with that. So that's why we've got it unassisted, because this ensures that ground passes travel into the receiver's path whilst also avoiding opponent players. We'll get us some assistance on that. To be fair, sometimes I do think that's too assisted. That might be changed in the future, but for now, we're going assisted. Cross assistance semi. Why is that? The same thing as the first two, but much worse. If you try and cross a ball in, right, especially on FC25, instead of locking the guy on at the back post, it will just lock on anyone. So if I'd done 3.5 bars of power aiming for the back post, they'll just chip it up to the guy at the front post. It's just silly. Anyway, we've gone for semi. Enough waffling about that. It's just, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Try both, see what you like more. I like semi. Lob pass assistance assisted. Lob pass direction and power will be assisted so that they are played towards a teammate. I think this is to do with like switching the play. If you want to pass from the left back to the right back using square or X on Xbox, that will then assist that. That will then make sure that's pinpoint, perfect, and won't be going out for a throw-in or stuff like that, especially if your player's got really good stats. So now we're heading on to pass receiver lock late. You always want this on late, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in a game, you've got the ball with your right back, you're aiming a pass towards your right midfielder. All of a sudden, before the ball's being kicked, that player is now being marked. The right midfielder is now marked out of the game. What you can do is move the left stick at the last second towards your centre-back, for example, and EA will notice that and change the pass from your right mid-animation to the centre-back, okay? You'll change the pass, you'll keep the ball, and it's way better to keep the ball and be more efficient in FC26. This has to be on late. The only thing is, FC26 feels a lot more responsive than FC25, so sometimes you'll play a pass, then you'll try to start turning away because you're expecting the ball to hit the player, then turn. But then the game doesn't play it ASAP because of some sort of delay in the midfielder in the animation. Next minute, your player hasn't got the ball, and you're turning away, and the pass gets played somewhere else. I made that really hard to explain. Basically, sometimes if you start to try and dribble before the pass is being played, the pass will go to someone else instead of the initiated target you selected, okay? Pretty simple, but I've made it sound really interesting. Anyway, precision pass sensitivity on normal. This is like something that you guys won't really use. This is the R1 triangle or the R1 square that you can do across the pitch. These are really good. This is to put the ball in an area. Like, for example, if I've got the ball at the right back, and I'm being pressed, I'm being pushed into my own corner flag, an R1 square with minimal power over the head of the attacker into the space for my right mid to collect it can be so effective to beat the press and play out of the back so much better. Now let's keep scrolling. We've got auto clearances off because of the competitive preset. Then we have clearance assistance directional. This is really big. You guys who've watched me for years know that I rant and rave about this setting in particular. Now what it does is the clearance direction considers your directional input, basically the left stick, okay? Power remains fully assisted. That's completely fine. You just need to tap circle and the earliest possible contact point will be selected. That's why it's so effective, okay? The earliest possible contact point. If I've got the ball in the defense, okay, the time's ticking, the referee's about to blow his whistle, the time is nearly up, but I'm getting pressed. You want to be able to dribble, but as soon as the time's up, kick it out. That's why the earliest points are effective. Now, the next thing is the left stick. Why is the left stick so important? Because you can aim it out for a throw-in, for example, instead of a corner. If you just press it, the AI might just kick it out for a corner. Then what? You've got to deal with a corner when you're 1 goal up in the 92nd minute of play. No, thank you, okay? That's really important in FC26, so keep that in mind. Jockey's on manual, locked off by the preset. Defending, tactical defending. This is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. I was on tactical defending for about 9 months of FC25. Just before the LCQ for the Esports World Cup, the vlog you may have seen, I swapped to advanced defending. Why? Bruiser was so important. The shoulder to shoulders, the big challenges, the shielding, the sort of stopping the player, getting to the ball, so effective, okay? So effective. To the point, I struggled for weeks just to switch to advanced defending. We've loaded FC26 up for the first time, and we're wondering, why is it not working? Am I on tactical by accident? No, no, no. Advanced is just awful. The bruiser does absolutely nothing, so it's pretty pointless in FC26. For now, you should 100% be using tactical defending, and yeah, just press circle for every sort of contact, pulling shirts, shoulder to shoulder, putting a foot in, making a tackle. Circle is the key to victory. Professional fouls on. This needs to be on, and they're really, really good for slowing down the play, making a foul, and annoying the opponent. Because what they're going to do is they're going to be on a counter-attack, okay? They're going to have a player that's making a run through on goal, but he's being marked. It's a 1v1 in your half. The player with the ball can be dragged down, yellow card, that's fine. Take the yellow card, take the punishment, and then maybe sub him off, or even carry on playing and just get on with your day, because this tactical foul is amazing. It's the R1X or the RBA from Xbox, and it's really, really good in game, and it was a thing in FC25. You guys will know about it. Don't take it too far and get sent off though, like me, because that was silly. I don't know what I was thinking. 2 yellows in 1 go was a red, but yeah, pull the guy down, don't let the counter attack happen, and you'll be way better at defending in FC26. Next up, pass block assistance is on. AI and user control players will attempt to intercept a pass automatically when the ball is close by. If disabled, then user control players will remain in position and interceptions must be triggered manually. Please do not have this off. There is no reason to not have this off. It makes the AI stronger. You need to have it on in FC26. It's pretty self-explanatory. It makes your AI better. On to the next one, auto switching. Air and loose balls. It's been on this for like 3-4 years now. You can have it on manual. For example, if someone's taking a corner against you and it's the last minute of the game, I can see why you'd put it on manual. You don't want to get auto switched off it on the air ball. For the casuals out there, the players who are just getting FC26, get on air and loose balls. It basically means if the ball's loose or in the air, it will switch you to the nearest player or the player that's relevant to the play. If not, you will need to use L1 and the right stick to switch, to defend, to make tackles, okay, and switch player. So that one's pretty hard to understand, but just put it on air and loose balls and just get on with it. We'll be much better on this, guys, trust me. Now, auto switch and move assistance is on none. I used to have this on high. You'll know this, guys, if you watch me for years. I used to preach about high being better for the press. Don't think so. Put it on none and have my best performance ever in the EMLS Cup in March, okay? So just put this on none. As it says, auto switch move assistance keeps the player who you have auto switched to moving in their current direction. This gives you time to orient your intended direction for the new player. The higher the assistant level, the longer the period of time. So I think I was basically giving myself delay. So let's just put it on none and forget that ever happened, okay? Right stick switching on classic, really good. Don't be putting this on what is adaptive. You have to hold the right stick in for longer. No, no, no. Classic. Right stick switch and reference player relative. I've already mentioned this in other years, guys. Some people play on ball relative. It's awful. You can't mark through passes or switch to play or over the top through balls. Stay on player relative, please. Basically, the player you control acts as the center point of reference. So if I'm on like the right centre mid and I press L1, I'm usually going to get the left centre mid if they're in the middle of the pitch. That's sort of how it works. Put it on player relative. Don't think too much about it. Now, onto right stick switching sensitivity. We've got it on 4. It's what every pro uses. It's really good. And I think the default for this is 6. So you might want to look at this and take some inspiration. 4 is better. Basically, it means, you know what sensitivity is, guys? The higher it is, the more mental it is. If you try and switch to the right centre mid on the max sensitivity, you're probably going to get the right striker or the left back. It's that random. Put it on 4, stick to it, and your player switching will be much better. But some of you guys won't even use the right stick, so I would recommend using it, switching with it. Number 4 is the best, and that brings us on to next player switching on classic. You don't want this on goal side or closest to ball, or just get it on classic, okay? That's the best one. It gives you the most recommended thing. For example, if your striker is 2 yards away from the ball, but behind the play, but your defender is 4 yards away from the ball, but goal side of the attack, this one will give you the defender instead of the attacker. We don't want closest to ball. Keep it on classic. Reaction time calibration is on off, because this 6-second thing, 6 sensitivity, is horrible. If this has ever been automatically turned on for you, you'll know what I mean. It just gives you delay for no reason. Why would I want an extra delay on my reaction time? I don't. Reaction time off, that basically means that this is off. We'll put it on 0. Now, player lock on. Pretty standard. Keep this on. Really good by pushing in the left and right stick, initiating a player lock, selecting another player whilst the AI carries the ball for you, okay? Then you can call for it. Then you can press X. Then you can press square and play a pass to yourself using the AI. I've got simplified skill moves off. This is for people who are really struggling and really beginners at the game, I feel. You'll want to be able to do the best skill moves, like the new step over. This will make that unavailable. So make sure you have this off. Now, goalkeeper, don't take any notice of this. This is both for pro clubs. I've got it on semi because one time I thought it would help me on Ultimate Team. It doesn't, but it just felt better. Default for the camera pan speed, we won't be playing in goal, so don't worry about that. Controller preferences. Analog sprint off, trigger effect off, vibration off. It's pretty simple. Vibration off, don't affect me in the game. Trigger effect's really bad. That's the one where you're like R2 and L2 or RT and LT, they go hard and they go stiff and like you have to push them in and then they're like forcing you off. No, let me just push it in peace, okay? That's really annoying. It does it on PlayStation as well. You want to turn that off in the PS menu as well. If you're on PS, Xbox, I don't know how it works. Trigger effect off. Analog sprint. Analog sprint allows you to control how fast you sprint. The further you hold in R2, the faster the player will run. I've not actually tried this on this year, but for the sort of speed boost in every other year, we've had it off. So I'm leaving it off to get that kind of boost that I want. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the gameplay settings, but don't worry, we still have the hidden ones and the camera settings. So let's start off with the camera. We've turned the competitive camera off and we're back on co-op. Everyone asks me, RedLac, what are your camera settings? It's co-op and it's default. We've not done anything to the zoom and we've not done anything to the height. It's just co-op, okay? Now, we haven't done it in every single mode because we only play single player camera. We only play on Ultimate Team, which is classed as single player. But every single mode, I like to play co-op. Okay, now we're going to scroll down a bit. Power shot zoom on. I like it on. I like to see if someone's going to do a power shot. A lot of you guys might want this off, but for me, I want it on because I want to see someone's initiating a power shot so I can get in front of it. Be aware they might cancel it, but if you're not a pro, I doubt it. So if you see a power shot zoom, you know. Get in front of the ball, block the shot, and get on with your day, okay? Camera customization, we're leaving it as default, as I mentioned. We don't want to make the height or the zoom any different. Leave it as 1010, the default settings for co-op. And yeah, this is how I like it in FC 26. Now, onto the visual settings. Connection monitoring. This is good, I like it. When in online matches, the connection monitoring overlay displays your ping, packet loss, and jitter warnings and connection type. By default, the connection monitoring overlay will be contextual, meaning it will appear on screen only if you're experiencing a suboptimal connection. You can choose to disable this overlay completely or have it on screen always, regardless of your connection. For me personally, I love it how it is. If I'm lagging, it's going to pop up and show me. If not, just move out the way. Let me play. Let me watch the screen without it being at the top all game long, okay? Input overlay single. I just want one controller on the screen. I don't want two. You can put the controller on because then, if something happens in the game, you can show your mates, no, I didn't press that button, even though they're saying you're lying, okay? You can show them the proof. I didn't do that. I actually pressed this. It just didn't work, okay? And down here, there's nothing really. Score clock on. You want the clock on, obviously. The score clock drop down's off, though. You don't want things popping up below it when you're trying to concentrate. Scrolling lineup's on. That's annoying right at the bottom of the screen. Insight overlays. Now, usually we turn this off. I like it on at the minute. It's just funny. It's like, it just pops up like your lowest rated player, and it'll be like Nuno Mendes, 6.2. There's no need to tell me that, but I like it. It's quite funny. Measurement system, I don't know what these are. We're just going to scroll down. This is all a load of waffle. Playstyle plus icons, I like this on to see what the strengths of players are. For example, if Nico Williams is running down the line, you can see they've got rapid. You can see they've got 4-star skills, for example, 5-star weak foot. It can help you in game live, not when they're having the chance. If they're running through on goal, don't be looking down and looking what their playstyles are. Just play the game, and then you can sort of see their strengths, work them out, and mark them better in the future, okay? Now, what else is down here? Player name bar, enabled and overhead. That's what I have, just so I can see the player name. I don't want to see the gamer tag. As you can see, player name, default size, you don't want it large, that's really annoying. Small's awful as well. Let's go default. Player indicator fade on. That's so if your player's tired or got stamina loss, you can see it instead of looking at the bottom left or right. You can just see it live, okay? Teammate container indicator on. This is really good for me. I like to see who I'm going to be second man pressing. As you can see in the picture shown, the player is being second man pressed because the green thing around the edge is showing how much stamina they have left on a second man press. You guys might not know these things, but you're learning stuff every day on the RedLac YouTube channel. Playstyle plus overhead indicators. Okay, so here's the thing, that overhead, you can see the strengths of your opponent and mark them better for the rest of the game. Next player switch indicator on, it shows the player you'll switch to when pressing L1. This is really good for me. I want to know who the option is for the L1 switch, because if it's wrong, I'll then do it with the right stick. That's where the right stick switching comes in, and that's why it's so useful. Online ID fade, you've got displays, you've got celebration camera focus on default. You can turn this to user controlled team. Now if I concede a goal, this will show me my team upset because, you know, we've just conceded. Instead of the toxic celebration, the griddy, or the T-area and re-celebration in FC26, you'll instead look at your own team. So if you get mad easily, go user controlled. If you don't and you don't really care, go on default like me. Hold to skip off. Get this off, because instead of holding X or A on Xbox to skip the replays, no, just tap it and it'll be done. Because holding it is so annoying. That's what I found in the last few years. Precision pass visuals on. This is good so you can see them triangle passes, the L1 triangle, the L1 square, and where you're aiming them. Precision shot visuals on. This is good as well because in normal mode you can see exactly where you're aiming. Then if you miss, you can sort of blame the game, or if you're aiming it wide, you blame yourself, you know. Radar on 2D. A lot of people have this on 3D, but I hate it because it's see-through. And this is another thing. Keep these on default, please. User and opponent, because you want them to, as you can see on the screen, this one shows red and white, and on the map it's blue and white. I hate that. It's an absolute headache. Don't do that, please. Goal net on default. All these should be pretty simple. Player shadows on. This is really good. It makes it more realistic. Otherwise, it looks like you're playing on PS4 version. Stadium shadows off. I've had it on in previous, but in the sort of pro and rivals game modes, you don't get shadows, okay? But in stadium shadows, you want this off, because every time you go in the shadow and go out of it, it's just a distraction. You don't want that in FC26. Camera shake on. Color blindness default for me. All these on just normal. Nothing. I haven't even touched them. Now, they're all the settings we're going to be using in FC26. I've ended up waffling on towards the end because some of them are just weird and pointless and hard to explain. But I'm going to play some rivals now, show you exactly how they work and why I'm so good at FC26 with these settings. Let's get into it. This is the team we're using. We want the new Rangers. We want the new Nico Williams, okay? So then we have Zico, we have Ginola. You know the team by now. Buffon's gone because he doesn't fit the pro restrictions. Let's get into a game. Division 3. Let's go and beat someone and show you how good these settings are. Right, here we go. Time to put them on show. You can see the controller in the top right corner. There's no scrolling lineups. There's no score clock drop downs. Just pure gameplay. As you can see, even like the what's the thing? The thing above my head, like the Nuno Mendes, the player name, and you know the size of the indicator. They're all really good. So yeah, copy these. Camera angle's really good as well. There we go. Nuno Mendes tracking the sort of cut inside, but also run straight. Great ball. Can we find Mbappe now? Oh my word, Ginola, what have you just done? Start as we mean to go on. Get the ball back. Okay, here's another defensive clip. De Jong. There we go. Just run into the guy. Run into in front of where they're going, because then, naturally, they're going to give you the ball. Can we find Mbappe now? Great ball from Zico. Give me that. Ginola, low-driven finesse. If you want to know how to do that, finesse it. Press circle again. It'll be a low-driven. And what a finish it was. Mbappe now. One touch, one shot. Low driven. 3-0. RedLac's on fire. We'll go alone. Mate, the level's silly. You've seen the settings. You've seen the gameplay. Kylian Mbappe. GG's, mate. What a win in Division 3. And it's a rage quit for RedLac. And it's pure domination, really. What a start. RedLac is back. And it's a big win in FC26. So if you've enjoyed this video and you've got the best settings in FC26, you've copied them, and you're going to be much better in-game, then like this video, comment what you want to see next, and subscribe for more. And remember, the giveaway will be drawn in Wednesday's video, so make sure you subscribe, put the notification bell on, and hype this video so that you make sure you're there. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you so much. Thanks for support. Peace. Do you want to play out from the back in FIFA, but your keeper is more like De Gea than Ederson? Who should be higher rated in EAFC? Leao or Dembele?
Finesse him. Get out the game, man. 3-0 whitewash. Throw that pad. You're done.